How many times have you kind of gone through year after year and you feel like you're in exactly the same place, maybe a different job, maybe same goals, but you haven't really been able to get over that hump? Today I'm going to talk about my goals and what exactly I'm going to be doing to get over that hump and how I've gotten over that hump in the past and applying all the things that I've done and just putting it all together this year. So these goals I set specifically for myself because one, I know I can achieve them. That's step number one into accomplishing anything is you have to believe that you can actually accomplish what it is that you're trying to do. So having that delusional self-confidence and just that self-belief that you can conquer anything is going to be extremely important in this process. The first goal I'm setting for myself, same as pretty much anybody that's going to be watching this. I'm not in a position of, I'm not doing anything extraordinary. Everything in my life is fairly normal. I do work a normal job. So the first step is going to be a higher income, new job. Now, how exactly I'm going to do that is a very important part of this process because in order to do that, one, you need to take whatever experience you have on your resume and you need to translate that into a better resume or just putting it on paper. Because at the end of the day, employers are going to care more about what they see on paper first because they don't actually know you. So improving my resume, that's step number one. I'm already beyond that step. Step number two is going to be shooting out a bunch of applications. At the end of the day, unless you are willing to leave the job that you're at to get something better, you have to disconnect from I love my coworkers and I love this and I love that. At the end of the day, if you're having a money problem, you have to solve the money issue. And solving the money issue is usually going to lead to making more money. And as much as all of us would like to start a business and just blow up overnight, it's not going to happen. So step one, improve your resume, apply to jobs, and be willing to go. Second goal this year is going to be not necessarily financial freedom, but paying off debt and saving in order to gain some freedom financially, right? Because at the end of the day, what financial freedom is going to be is it's going to be the thing that allows you to kind of do whatever you want. And financial freedom is more so management of your time than it is actually over money. So if we can't buy back our time, we might as well pay off our debt to have the resource to eventually be able to dive into other things to buy back our time. So I'm going to be breaking down my financial goals and my budget that I created and what exactly I'm trying to pay off. The biggest thing right now is I do live with my parents, just like most people in our day and age at my age of 28. It's hard out there to be able to afford things. So increasing my income and paying off debt to where now you have the full amount of your net income to operate to do exactly what it is that you need to do and to be able to move out and get an apartment, whether you have a roommate or whatever. That's the goal that we're shooting for. So in order to do that, it's going to be a lot of like money management. We're going to be focusing heavily on just making sure we save money where we can, but also being efficient with our money and putting our money in places that it's going to work, not necessarily through investments, but like, for example, for me, fitness is a very big thing. I believe if you take care of yourself, a lot of these other disciplines and things will follow. So, I do have a couple of gym memberships. One's cheaper than the other, one's a lot closer. So creating convenience for yourself so that there's certain things that you don't necessarily have to worry about, but also not spending money on things that you're not actually going to utilize, like having a bunch of clothes and things of that nature that you're not going to wear every day, especially if you're like me and you work a regular job. You're not putting all your outfits on every day, let's be real. Third goal is going to be fitness with balance. Now, like I said in my intro, I've gotten very fit. I've kind of fell out of it. And a big reason why I feel like people fall out of it is because the balance of life is hard. You either have to be all in or all out. Learning how to balance my fitness life with my regular life and being able to eat more of what I want and things like that. So what I've found the best for me so far, which has helped me, eventually I will post updates as far as like where I'm at fitness wise, because I have definitely slimmed down and I'm definitely getting back into peak shape. Like I said, I'm not necessarily starting from scratch. I already started. I just want to kind of explain to you guys what I've done and how I've gotten there. But literally, you walk in the gym. I set a timer for 1 hour. I run for the first 20 minutes. I want to get tired because my goal right now is just to get fit. Getting fit first is so important because when you're fit, everything else is so much easier. If you want to train like a bodybuilder, you got to train for hypertrophy, which involves more reps, which involves more fitness, more stamina, more muscular endurance. So step one is get as fit as possible, as quickly as possible. So you go into the gym 1 hour, no more, no less, unless one day you're obviously like, wow, I'm loving it today. But recovery is also important. So within that 1 hour, we're creating enough adaptation to where we can recover and do that effectively 4 to 5 days a week. And just go in there and push ourselves, and you'll realize that you'll get in shape really fast, and eventually your body will follow. As far as eating, going into my finance and my budget, I do eat very simply. Eventually I'll break down like what I eat in a day and just my basic, like my basic day to day as far as how I eat. But it's very simple. I'll break that down in depth more so in a future video. But then going into my last goal, it's going to be creating content and just, trying to work on building a business. At the end of the day, this is my brand, this is my business, yes, but it's really nothing now. And my goal is really to just help people. And if I'm able to help people, in time, the money will follow. That's just the rules of the world, right? Like you look at Jeff Bezos, he tried to solve a worldwide problem and he did it. And now he's a multi-billionaire. So at the end of the day, it's solve a problem, create a business, create content, do whatever you need to do. But don't necessarily, if you have other things that need to be taken care of, you don't need to put that in the front, because at the end of the day, it's going to take time and attention from the things that are really going to like impact you day to day. So this is kind of like a supplementary thing that I'm doing, and then working on building a business. So once I have those other things lined up and in a row, this is something that I can attack a little bit more directly. But yeah, so as far as that goes, I'll dive deeper into like the type of businesses that I'm getting into and what I'm exactly trying to do. But right now, you guys see that I'm just, making content, and we're going to try and work this as best as we can, just kind of using the things that we go through in life to get there. And then a couple supplementary things that are also important. It's going to be habit. We want to make sure that we're building habits that support our lifestyle. So getting up early, reading, journaling, keeping our mind focused and sharp. And again, I'll go into those processes a little bit deeper, a little bit later. But doing those things that support the lifestyle that I'm trying to live, as far as eating, hygiene, things like that. The goal is to be the optimized man, and we want to be able to do things to the best of our ability. So building a habit system is going to be very important to guiding us down the road of just where we need to be. And now, if you're in the same place as me, I encourage you to comment, like, subscribe, just to follow along. Hopefully I can give you some tips. There's a lot of things that I'm doing, and a lot of you don't really know anything yet, but we're all kind of starting at the same place. I'm here to support you. You're here to support me. And the goal is to just do this to the best of our ability to get where we need to go, and just build a community to where we all feel like we can talk to each other and kind of just grow together. So if any of this resonated with you, or you're looking for what steps to take and what's more important, and you don't really know what decisions to make, feel free to comment, feel free to reach out, feel free to message. I'm here for you, as well as you guys are here for me, and enjoy the rest of your day.